Hello, my name is Cara Nystrom. If you follow me on my Karatical Transformations pages on Instagram and Face Waster, then cool. You know a little bit more about me. If not, and you were just learning about me from this YouTube channel for Strangeland Point, then awesome. Um, I wanted to do a about the author video since a week after I posted that chapter reading, but the world just kind of spiraled into an even more darker and twisted version of what it was already at, and I could not, in good conscience, film anything and post it without really sitting with, I'm sure a lot of us thought this, without sitting with my life, without sitting and really thinking about the intent that I'm putting into all of my projects and whether or not they had sustenance, whether or not they had value in the right way. Like, are they contributing to, is all of my energy, and yeah, I still need to survive, but is all of my energy or all of my projects helping to, in some way or another, even if it's down the road, contributing to help collapse the failed systems while building something healthy and beautiful in its place? So it's taken me this long to post anything. And Strangeland Point is not just a novel that I am rewriting or a series of books that I am rewriting from 10 years past when I first wrote them, and they were not published. They almost got traditionally published, but that is a longer story for another time. I'm rewriting them now, and they are even more relevant today than they were 10 years ago. And what this channel is about and what I'm about at both online and at a very local level, which you will learn is part of my major intent, is to build community, strong community at a local level and at an online level, right? And by doing that, and you'll see a lot of us doing this now, right? Like we need to get away from the lies. We need to get away from the fake generated AI crap. So we are on here being courageous and vulnerable in ways that we've not done before, because we all need that. So while I'm writing Strangeland Point, rewriting Strangeland Point, I'm going to bring you on the journey, show you my process. Maybe we'll do some writing together as things develop. I want to inspire back and forth. I want to, be able to answer questions. I want to be able to share excitement through stories and characters, and it is about building communities. So the theme, the underlying theme to the book is a group of vulnerable people, vulnerable humans that are thrown into these ridiculous circumstances and have to first struggle with themselves, with learning to love and forgive themselves and discover who they are, so that they can fight their oppressors, the people who have manipulated manipulated worlds of human-like creatures and fantasy type creatures, essentially. And I'm trying to build it out, right? Like, so I'm going to be doing online and public readings of finished work and not finished work and edited work and unedited work, Maybe, you'll come along on a journey and see how I'm writing a chapter, and maybe you'll end up in one of the books. Maybe it won't end up in one of the books. I'm going to be doing artwork. I'm a musician, and once I finish producing my debut album, which has nothing to do with Strange Standpoint, then I'm going to be writing and producing the soundtrack for Strange Standpoint. And I want to be able, I want to inspire community. I want to build community, grassroots, local, and online. And I want us to come together and kind of feel this rebellious, tight-knit community spirit so that we can start embodying that, because we already are. We're craving this stuff. We're absolutely craving this shit right now. It's what everybody and any of the communities I'm involved in are talking about, is just wanting to connect at such a human level again, and to learn how to communicate, and to relearn how to be vulnerable, courageously vulnerable in front of other people, and not only help others, but learn how to rely on others, and really build things up, move away from these corporations, and support local, and build local, and be that extended family, be beyond this individualistic crap that we've been living in. And that is the goal in all of my projects, my music, my art, my writing, anything I do. That is my goal. My name, Seg, Kara. Kara is the curl of Zeus, the thorn in his side. She was the Valkyrie that would go onto the battlefield and basically take fallen soldiers and welcome them into Valhalla. And it was rumored that her tears would cleanse the battlefield. So that's I've kind of taken that on. It's also one of the characters in the series, which you'll get to know in a roundabout way. And it's when I am also trying to embody, like, I want my readers, I want my audience, I want my community, I want everybody I meet to understand how beautiful and valuable they are. And I want them to love themselves so radically. And community helps you do that. You can do so much healing on your own, but you really need relationships to take it across the finish line. And I think once we start building really strong communities at these grassroots levels, and we start raising a next generation of children within these communities, it's those children that are going to grow up and be carrying the systems that we're creating, these community-driven, compassionate, equitable, kind, loving, supportive communities. And those are the systems that they're going to be like, they're going to feel nostalgic about, that they are going to have all these beautiful, warm, fuzzy feelings about, and grow up and want to expand upon and build. And that is how we heal the world. That's how we fix things. I believe that is how we elevate to our next step in evolution, right? Part of how we do that. There's like a whole enlightenment, 3D, 5D, quantum physics aspect as well, which is woven into my writing and everything I do. But I don't know, that's the gist of it. So here I am, and this is my introduction. I am going to be posting more videos, and in the spirit of being courageous and vulnerable, for those of you who don't follow me on my karatical transformations and just know me through this channel, like I said, I've been homeless since June 1st, and I am at a crucial point where I had unconventional housing for basically just over the last year, or about a year. Um, and that ended. I had a temporary spot for February, and that ended before I was able to find something to fill the gaps until I found a place for April 1st. I am currently very kindly uh, in a bed and breakfast that someone has allowed me to move into because it was vacant. Very kind and beautiful humans arranged this and have allowed me to stay here until I start my 20-day long cats condo sitting gig tomorrow. Um, and then I am gonna have to find housing for March 26th and on, right? Like, so I've got this time to try to figure it out. I've got contacts. I want to stay in the city I'm living in, but I also have contacts in another city close by, and am in a position where if things line up, I can certainly more longer term, but temporarily relocate there to work. I've got lots of work lined up in festivals and events later on in this year. I'm just kind of trying to fill the gaps while I continue to push all of my creative projects through. But anyways, that's the update, and that's why it's taking me so long to post anything. And I am gonna start posting more. But as I said, right, like I really needed to sit with me and my projects and fully understand that, okay, yeah, right, like they do align, they would have to align with my core values inked on my forearm, and they have to align with the current state of the world, which is do whatever I can in my power to empower and help support and help change things for the better and help people realize their value, to rescue those fallen warriors and help carry them across to a place where they can fully love and appreciate themselves and go out into the world with courage and confidence and kindness and compassion, and we can all start building this community and start changing things for the better. I have so much hope. So much hope. So much hope. Right? Anyways, love you all. Thanks for listening. And I will talk to you and see you soon.